Dad, I'm gay.
You are literally dating the most gorgeous guy at Creekwood.
Well, I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so.
Yeah, behold Benji.
Hi, George. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you, first of all.
Yeah, you as well.
So, second season of Love, Victor. How exciting. It's really nice because in the second season, finally, we have the opportunity to see Benji's and Victor's relationship blossom and develop. And in my opinion, Benji is the perfect first love for every teenager because he's so patient and so supportive with Victor. I wanted to ask you if there are some qualities of Benji that you really love in particular, and there is something that you don't have that you would like to learn from him.
I really love his confidence. First of all, I think he's like somebody that's when we first met Benji, I think he had this confidence that was quite attractive to Victor because he was, he's comfortable with his sexuality, he'd figured it out, and he was out. And I really love his confidence, first of all, and I love his love for music. I think that's something that's really cool. I think his fashion sense is pretty snazzy too, but that's all down to wardrobe. There's a lot of great qualities about him. Like you say, yeah, I think he does have a lot of patience, but then I think also that patience kind of gets a little tested at some point in this season, and I think these characters, because they're first loves, but there's such high emotions involved there, and as a result of that, there's some frustration that starts to crop up, and as the series unfolds, at least. So that's some of the things about him that I like.
Did you relive some of your teenage experience that you remembered?
I think just like overwhelming, like intense, passionate, like oh my God, this person's everything, and you just like tunnel vision for each other, and you're just like, you're in your own world. Like, they use the phrase in the series summer bubble. It is that summer bubble. It's that like honeymoon period of the relationship, and I definitely, I can relate to that. I've definitely been there myself. I think a lot of people can relate to those that experience.
Yeah, definitely. You never feel love as intensively as at the beginning.
It's a beautiful thing,
Everyone thinks that coming out is easy these days, but it's not. My own mom can barely even look at me. Tell me that you support me.
It's a lot for me to wrap my head around.
Do you think you ever will?
He's my son, and it's who he is. I have to.
Something that was really difficult to me to watch at the beginning of the season in particular is Benji's relationship with Victor's mom. And also we learn a little bit of his relationship at the beginning after he's coming out with his dad. How you feel that he found the balance, particularly with Victor's mom, between being nice and respectful over her journey, but also find a way to look after himself and his own feelings in this relationship?
It's sort of a fresh kind of, I want to say, challenge for Benji, really, going into this dynamic. And I think he wants to be as respectful as possible going into it, and he wants to be as patient as possible with Victor. And his love for Victor is so strong that he knows that this is Victor's mum's sort of, that this is her journey, and he's trying to sort of, but I think that is something that, and as the series goes on, it becomes harder and harder for him to be patient about, and it starts to really test his patience. And I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it doesn't always stay within that kind of like, oh, let's keep this, in this kind of respectful space here where I'm not going to say anything. There's something that crops up.
During this season, of course, Victor and Benji will face a few challenges in their relationship. Maybe also something that will shake a little bit that confidence in Benji that you talked about
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah.
If you could be like a Benji's friend, what advice would you give to him if you were seeing him going through all these emotions?
Well, I think just going back to like the first part of what you said, I think that is what happens. Like he is presented as quite a confident individual, and then the layers are peeled back a little bit more through the lens of this relationship. What advice would I have to give him? Try and keep hold of that patience that he seems to have, and try and trust in that, but also he also has to be true to himself and on his feelings. And I would also maybe say, don't be afraid of being a little more open. And when it comes to, because there's some stuff that, again, I can't give anything away, but there's some stuff that comes up later on that maybe he's hiding a few things. And I think he needs to maybe learn to be a bit more vulnerable this season. So yeah, that's probably messy advice, but.
Hey, so we should probably talk about what we're gonna tell everyone. I wanna tell people. I'm ready. No more hiding who I am.
At the beginning of the season, we see that they come out of this summer bubble, and also the relationship between the friendship between all these characters evolved. I wanted to ask you, how was the feeling on set?
It was great. It was. I think it grew. You know, like you said, yeah, these characters evolve and they have their own sort of complexities, and the bonds are growing between these characters. And I think everybody like is kind of finding, like character-wise at least, that the show has kind of found its sort of, the pieces just like locked in a little bit more. You know, like particularly with the characters finding their dynamics, and hopefully that continues to grow as well as if we get another one. Yeah, this time round it was like we were filming in a pandemic, you know, so there's no one else. There was no one else we could literally hang around with. So we became a lot closer, and we like me and Michael, we played a lot more music together actually this time round, and that's something that we've continued to do since after filming. Usually we go around his on Sundays and we jam, and it's been really great to just grow closer to everybody and, you know, develop these kind of just this closeness really. And I think it does help when we go to set, because it comes through with the characters and what we're doing there, and the chemistry between everybody.
I'm going to ask you the last question. Of course, we don't want to give spoilers away, and we hope we're going to have a third season. And so what do you, if it's on your own, what do you wish for Benji's future, if you can decide?
I want him to be happy. I want him to pursue his dreams. You know, maybe that means something with music and his band, or maybe something else entirely. But I want him to be happy, and I do want to see where things will go with him and Victor as well. I mean, I've grown quite attached to Benji, playing him now for 2 seasons, and it'll be, yeah, I think ultimately I want him to be happy.
Yeah, I think all of us want him to be happy.
Maybe one day I can inspire someone to be themselves. Love, Victor.